Hey, I'm Nikhil of Shantanu for the Art Meets Fashion series with Kiran Nadar, Museum of Art. There's always been a great amount of influence of the Renaissance period in our work. The drape, the structure, the fluidity, it all comes from that deep, the beauty that we've seen from that movement, especially when you look at the Pietà of Michelangelo's work. So far back it was created, and even now that it makes such an impact on people. Our drapes, our whole philosophy of romanticism with a certain amount of fierceness comes from that time, and it's beautiful. The Renaissance period for us has really been the base of all of the couture that we create. Whether you look at the corsetting, the tightening of the waistline, the necklines, and in fact the volume that we've created with all asymmetrical shapes, with flouncy, luxurious fabrics, there's a lot of reference there. Even if you look at the beading and the coding that's happened, all of that really stems from the Renaissance period. And this period actually has been so prolific in design because it moves away from being stereotypical about one particular shape. This period has such an abundance of and such voluminous work of structure, shape, drape, fabrics. Even when you look at the color palettes, so decadent, deeper tones, using those flowers that were blooming only in a period of time in the world, and they would use that, create dyes and colors that were used as the aristocratic form of luxury. So we completely resonate with the Renaissance period. Life has always been a very fine balance between design and art. Of course, every artist comes from the mindset that he creates a piece of art. Not often does that happen, that it actually goes out and resonates itself like that. But the emotion behind creating has always been a very beautiful catharsis of seeing it as art, and because it comes from a space, a time, maybe even from a previous lifetime, that you're here today to recreate something that you left undone before. And that itself as a thought is quite incredible. So yes, art plays out itself in the form of creativity constantly for us. There was always this kind of eagerness to look at buildings and architecture and monuments with a very keen eye. I don't know what it was. Maybe there was some residue from my previous life that was left undone. Maybe I was an architect in my previous life. I don't know. But the buildings in New York, really, those were the things that for me have always been true art. When you look at the Chrysler Building, the Empire State Building, the Art Deco buildings, they are standing art. The world goes there and looks at them. The shapes, the lines, they all define such incredible stories to tell. Yes, so from an earlier on, I've always been inspired by buildings and their structures. The Indian art master that we really enjoyed seeing was MFSN's Raj series. Very clearly, he adorned the military, the regimental, the strong influences of the army sitting on a horse, and that was quite incredible to see the color palette, the shapes, the structure, and yet the aplomb, the power. Those are the emotions that inspired us quite deeply. One of our collections was truly resonating that balance of what he did and how we played it out. Yes, so MF Hussain and the Raj.
I'd like to thank the Kiran Nadar Museum of Art for having us on the show and to share how art has inspired our collections over the years. Thank you once again.